Hey everybody, it's Lisa, and I am here with Leslie Eason. And where we are today is at Banner Elk Cafe, right in the center of Banner Elk. And we're here appropriately for the topic that we're having today. So, Banner Elk Cafe has a humongous menu.
Two menus.
Huge. Yeah. So you got a lot to decide, but they're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of the week, which is amazing to be able to say that. So that's our prop. Whoop whoop. Banner Elk Cafe. We're here today, and I want to lead off and let Leslie talk about the topic, and I will complement this conversation because some of it is over my pay grade. So I stick to, which is great about a team. We stay in our lane. We're both good at different things, and that's why we team up well together. Leslie, what do we want to talk about today?
Today, Lisa, I wanted to talk about the vacation rental market. And just as a little background, that was by far the majority of our business during COVID, right? So you start out during COVID and the prices were not yet taking off, and everybody was being directed to these getaway markets like ours and these vacation rental markets. And at that point, people were able to purchase a home and then also and rent it out and make money doing that, just clear cash, right?
Right.
Yeah, and so that is, we always tend to anchor on a point 3 years ago or 3 or 4 years ago. And now we still have people coming to us saying, I want to buy a vacation rental. Investment. That's the key, investment, right? This isn't just a second home. The issue is that they're no longer going to be cash positive. So before we used to use that magic number. If you bought a $500,000 house, we'd like to see $50,000 in vacation rental income, and then the interest rates were lower. So it was a pretty straightforward thing. We've always used that kind of 10%. Well, now the prices are up higher, and we are seeing basically 7% is a decent return. Okay. 7%.
Okay.
And so one of the things I wanted to understand is if we look at the numbers, what is it? How much can people actually borrow, and what kind of loan should they get if they want to proceed with this? Because people are coming to us wanting to borrow 75%, and then the unfortunate part is they get frustrated. They're reading things like AirDNA. They're reading different things and thinking they should have an investment, but they can't get the numbers to work. And we tell them we really recommend it being what it used to be, which was a second home that you could enjoy and then rent out. However, how do I answer these people?
Yeah, that's and I'm going to lead in with an unconventional loan product, which has taken off in the market, and it's called a DSCR. Let's focus on the last two letters in that acronym. It's coverage ratio. So it's just what you're saying. It's talking about the monthly cost of the property being covered in the rental income. My simple mind, my lane, when Leslie says, okay, the average price is $549,000 on a home, and those homes, based on the rooms and everything, are bringing in about $40,000 in rental income annually. I listen to that and I go, oh, no problem. I can do that. Only need 25% down, which, by the way, the program requires for a good rate is 25% down. So if you're doing purchasing a rental property or a second home with seasonal rental, prepare yourself for 25% down.
We always do. That has to be really clear up front.
So smart, because otherwise you're paying points, and unless the seller's paying those points through negotiations, you as the buyer should not pay those points to get a lower rate right now. Don't do that. So anyways, 25% down, if I ran a scenario, the rates, all relative, the rates right now are good. With 25% down, it would be a rate of 7.25. That's 7.25%. And that would give an estimated monthly payment of $3,200 a month. If you're telling me $40,000 in revenue, I'm like, boom, we got it. The cost, and this is how they underwrite it. The cost is over or less than the rental ratio. So the cost annually is $38,400 in this example. And Leslie has told me 40,000 is going to be the rental income. So I'm good. The loan's approved. Boom. We underwrite off of the property and what it can bring in revenue. My revenue, the underwriter's revenue stance is very different from a seasoned, experienced, expert realtor who says you want a return on your investment. And now you take over.
Okay, so I wanted to step back that we were talking about a DSCR, which means that you're using the projected income to cover the loan. And I know that I've been looking at that with investments of my own, and the beauty is it's like a no-doc loan.
It is. We just need a credit score and we need to verify your assets.
Right. So you just need to make sure that you're using it for income purposes. You can do this with long-term as well. So Lisa's telling me, great, no problem, because I was pretty excited. It was a house that we have on the market, and we got a $40,000 revenue projection, which is about 7.2% return. That's good. That's in line. She's like, yeah, no problem. Okay. But I said, Lisa, guess what? There's a management fee. That's the biggest fee that a client has. And this is one of the things that we're dealing with quite a bit, because traditionally they've run 25% in this market. Now, sometimes that can be negotiated down, especially if you have more than one with that rental company. And I want to stress that they do quite a bit for that, and that's the going rate. However, this has been a big point because there are some new companies that are coming up that are just working maybe 15 of these, and they might have a lesser fee.
Good.
Now,
Okay.
also, the other big part of that is that many people are trying to self-manage with Airbnb, and it really, or VRBO, and it really depends on how close you are and how connected you are, because you need to have those housekeepers and those handymen available.
Right.
So this is a big discussion we're having now, right?
Yeah.
We're getting in touch. So the point is, say it's 22%, maybe worst case scenario. So I'm like saying, okay, well, let's take 22% off the 40K, right?
And then I rework the numbers.
And what I'm asking you is, what can they borrow to make this work? So we came up with.
So we plugged that in, and the sweet spot with taking into effect the rental management costs, if you're using one of the larger companies, that ends up being putting 50% down. If you put 50% down, first off, the interest rate comes down. We're now at a rate of 6 7/8. That's 6.875 because you have more equity invested.
That's lower than the market.
I know.
For 30-year fixed
the
primary.
rates are great. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. All relative, they're not 2%. But anyways, at that rate, the estimated payment with taxes and insurance is $2,153 a month. And we take that, we multiply it, and the total cost is $25,836.
And we subtracted from the 22% off, which would be a net income of $31,200. We can provide these numbers. And that gave a monthly cash flow of $447, which is enough to cover the
utilities and everything. So that is the sweet spot when we team up to decide, is it a positive investment for our buyers? So that's our job. That's why we team up. That's why it's important to go local. So we all work well together and share as much information as we can to look out for you. Is there anything else we should add?
Well, I would just say that, because I'm telling her, here's what we need to bring. And she's telling me, yeah, we can cover it. So yeah, we came together. Now, 50% isn't bad. I mean, because some people, they were,
right.
It's more than they wanted to put down, but it's not all cash. And they're still coming out positive.
Right. And with a rate that low, if you talk to your financial advisor, you better be returning more than that on your assets. So you want to minimize the assets to the investment, right? Mm-hmm. So you continue to have gains. So at any rate, we're here for you to work with you, and Leslie Eason is the beast. And you do have a team.
I do have a team. Me. Yes, I have a team.
It's like teamwork. We work together, and we have a great team behind both of us. So give us a call, give Leslie a call, and hopefully from that, when you find a home,